Hi, so let us discuss green chemistry principle number 5, safer solvents and auxiliaries. Hi, I'm Neha, and as you know, since last few videos we are covering green chemistry principles one by one. So we have already covered 4 principles, and today we'll see what is fifth one all about. And needless to say that I'm going to cover all 12 principles one by one in very brief, so that you're able to remember those principles in a very easy manner. So very quickly, very short in brief, I'll let you understand this principle. Let us go ahead with this. This says that you need to use a safer solvent and auxiliaries. Simple. If you're making a product, you are using a reagent which is converting into product. So doing that, you are going to use some support, right? Some supporting elements you're going to use, right? In principle number 3, I said that the overall method has to be safe. In fourth principle, I said that overall reagents and the product which you are making should be safe. But what about the supporting actor and actresses, right? They do have some role in making a film success. So same is with this process. You have to make those supporting elements also green. कि अगर रिएजेंट या प्रोडक्ट या मेथड हमें नहीं मिल रहा है ग्रीन, तो क्या हम ये कर सकते हैं कि जो भी सपोर्टिंग सब्सटेंसेस हैं जैसे सॉल्वेंट्स या एड्जॉर्बेंट्स, उन सबको सेफ यूज़ करें, right? So in this we have to select those substances, those auxiliaries which are supporting substances, maybe inorganic, maybe organic, which are comparatively safer and eco-friendly. You can call them green solvents like ionic liquids, supercritical CO2, supercritical water, etc. Needless to say that water is being safest of all, so try to use water if possible. And if you can simply avoid the solvent, then that's also a must done green process, like using adsorbent. Use clay, zeolite, silica, alumina, etc. So this particular principle says that you use those auxiliary substances, and it should be made unnecessary whenever possible, innocuous when used. So if it is not required, please don't use them. Let's say you can make a solvent less reaction. So if these two are to be mixed, what they have done is they have used two solids, they have grinded them together, and they have made the solid C in a good quantitative yield. So there is no requirement of the solvent, right? One of the solvent which you can use safely is ionic liquids. Ionic liquids are basically liquids at room temperature, and they are non-volatile. They have very many good properties, and they can be easily recycled, etc, etc. Second is supercritical CO2. That also like is very non-toxic alternative, because carbon dioxide, when under pressure, it goes in supercritical state, and that is how it can penetrate into the material as easily as a gas. So it dissolves the substance it finds there. So it is actually as efficient as that of a liquid, and it is also having very many properties like low viscosity, no surface tension, low toxicity, non-flammability. It is easily evaporated, leaving no residues, and can dissolve wide range of chemical. तो सुपरक्रिटिकल CO2 भी हम यूज कर सकते हैं. जैसे एग्जाम्पल्स में मैं बोलूँ तो फर्स्ट इज ड्राई क्लीनिंग. If you remember, in dry cleaning, the problematic substance is perc, which is perchloroethylene, and that is carcinogenic. It can cause cancer. So when you give your clothes for dry cleaning, what they use is perc, which is problematic. Now nowadays big companies are using liquid CO2 in replacement of this perc, and this is a safer solvent. Similarly, in decaffeination, D means removal and caf means removal of caffeine. So your coffee beans are having those unwanted caffeine, and normally what we do is extract caffeine by soaking them in solvents, and especially the solvent used is methylene chloride, which is basically very carcinogenic and a problematic compound. So methylene chloride is a carcinogen. You need to replace it. So what solvent you are going to use here is a supercritical CO2, which is worldwide being used by bigger companies to extract caffeine. In fact, to extract different essences like from ginger or from sesame seeds, etc. Also, it has been used to remove fungicide from your corks, which spoil the taste of your wine. So supercritical CO2 is one of the example. Then one of the case study could be like third example could be computer chips. Now you imagine what is the role of safer solvent and auxiliary in computer chips. So yes, definitely it has a role, because I think that to manufacture one computer chip, large amount of water and energy is required, because when the chemicals are used you need to wash them off, and in washing much of the water is required. So that's a waste and it's not a green concept. In fact, if you find out a ratio of estimate of chemical and fossil fuel required to make a computer chip, it is much high. Now you imagine 630 times the weight of chip is a fossil fuel. So that's a problem, right? So what the scientists are doing, they have developed a process in which they can use supercritical CO2 as one of the solvent in some of the steps. So what happens is that reduces the overall consumption of chemical energy and water. So that's how it follows the principle number 5. Also, there are many companies who are doing research, like Richard Wu from Renewable Resources Program of University of Delaware. They have made computer chips using chicken feather. Now you imagine, this is interesting. What they've done is they have extracted the protein portion, keratin of the feather, and they have made a fiber which is light also, and at the same time it can withstand that mechanical or thermal stress. And then when it is printed with that, it actually the speed also increases. Now it's under commercialization and there are a lot many researches going on, so this example can also be taken. The last one is pinacol-pinacolan rearrangement reaction. If you go by a conventional method, the solvent used is sulfuric acid, and that's a problematic solvent, right? Now this is acid catalyzed rearrangement, so acid has to be used. So acid is H2SO4 which is used here, and that's a problematic thing. Now in a green method, what companies are doing, they're using microwave radiations using water, and at 273 degree the water act as a acid there, and the reaction proceeds with a very good yield and manner. So this is how, by using the principle number 5, which is what, remove the use of solvent and auxiliary if possible. If not, use a safer solvent or auxiliary wherever practicable. तो I think with that, अगर आपको समझ में आया है principle number 5, please hit like button. It will give me motivation, and mention in the comment if you don't like anything. And at the same time, if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe for more such videos. Thank you so much.